Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lisa's Losing It, because yes, I am. This is Wednesday. I am 28 days post-op, I think. I have to go back and look at the math. Anyway, so that's all good. That's 4 weeks post-op, and I am officially down 24.4 pounds as of this morning. And I finally had the good sense to take my measurements because I didn't do it beforehand, and I should have, but I didn't. So this is my starting point for measurements. Everything seems to be going pretty well. Today is an exciting day because 4 weeks post-op, my diet changes. One thing that I get to add is I get to bring back coffee. Yes, now not copious amounts like I'm used to, but I get to bring back coffee. So this morning I had coffee with my protein shake in it, and it was pretty good. God, I love the taste of coffee, you know? So I can have my coffee. And then Phil ran some errands. He's going to stop by the deli and pick me up some deli ham because I'm allowed to have that. So piece of deli ham with a smear of cream cheese in it, right? And I can have that for lunch. I'm so looking forward to that. I can't even begin to tell you. So I'm going to kind of catch you up on all the things that have been going on and bring you up to date on what's coming up moving forward. Lisa's losing it. So I'm pretty much pain-free. Every now and then I'll be like, ooh, something's probably still healing, you know, a little bit. But they said that that's normal, you know, that heals from the outside in. So I'm still kind of taking it easy on, you know, how much I'm lifting right now. But we'll get back to normal. I'll be hauling bales of hay again soon. But I am, like I said, I am now 4 weeks post-op. The first 2 weeks, if you're considering doing this, the first 2 weeks, I think, honestly, I can say is the worst. It's the worst. And then it kind of gets progressively better after that. Pardon me. So today is October 19th. And it says that the regular bariatric diet is low in fat and sugar to avoid tolerance issues and high in protein to promote loss of body fat and preserve lean body mass muscle. So it's leaning very keto except for the fat part, right? So I'll be working out different things with that. But I was talking to a friend the other day and she says, I have some rye bread I have to use and I'm dying for Reuben. So she was going to make a Reuben. And I'm like, I think that's the first time that somebody mentioned food where I thought, wow, okay, I really want that. Oh, that's not good. So I woke up the next morning and said, okay, I'm going to figure out how to make this happen. I have Swiss cheese in the fridge and I have corned beef in the pantry and we're going to make this work. And so I pulled out a jar of my corned beef and my little Pyrex dishes, and I measured out 3 ounces in each of the Pyrex dishes, right, of corned beef. And it's home canned corned beef. It's a whole nother story. Anyway, so I've got that, and then I went and I got 1 slice of the Swiss cheese, and I put, I folded it in quarters, and I put that in each of the things. So 3 ounces of corned beef and 1 slice of Swiss cheese in each of the little Pyrex dishes. And then I put 2 of them up in the fridge, and I took the other one and I put it in the microwave. Now corned beef can be kind of fatty, right? But fat is where the flavor is. But I didn't want to risk any kind of issue with my stomach when I was eating it. So I heated it up and I was able to drain off any of the fat. That worked out really good. And then I took less than a tablespoon of Thousand Island dressing, squirted that on top. And I took some of these rye chips. I don't know if you can see these. Can you see those? Rye chips. Anyway, I took 3 or 4 of those and crumbled them up on top. So good. So good. I didn't want to risk sauerkraut or coleslaw, just not quite there yet. And I couldn't figure out how I would manage the whole coleslaw thing because that little bit, that 3 ounces of meat with the ounce of cheese and the crumbles of the rye filled me up. So I don't know how I would reduce that. I got to work on that, because I think adding coleslaw would be great. Now I'm trying to figure out what I would do with all the rest of that coleslaw. that I make, because it makes a lot. So I am actually going to have to walk into the store and see if I can get smaller amounts of the coleslaw mix. We'll see. But it was so good. It was so good. You just have to remember to be mindful and to be focused on what you're doing when you're eating. Take a bite, put the dish down, chew the heck out of it. Chew, 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 chew. And I know it's called macerate, but chew, 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 chew. And you really want to chew food like you've never chewed before, right? But what is amazing is that when you are full, you know it. You know it. And for me, food waste is something I hate. I hate food waste. So I'm trying to measure down to the point where I'm not wasting any food. What did I make? I made a broccoli, cheese, and smoked ham soup. Some friends came over and we had dinner and played cards. And I took a cup of that soup and put it in my blender thing. Added in protein powder, some whey isolate protein powder, no flavor or nothing to it. Added that in there because I knew it was a very carby soup, right? And I was amazed. I couldn't finish the cup. I came pretty close, but I couldn't finish the cup. And there was nothing to chew because it was all, pureed. But I was amazed. That cup of soup was over 700 calories. I'm like, that is the most daily intake that I've done in a couple of months as far as calories go. I made bread. I got to watch them eat the bread, and I'm like, okay, I make good bread. So, okay, I didn't really miss it. It was great. Somebody else got to enjoy it. It's great because I enjoy making it. I enjoy feeding people. So that was a good time. But I didn't, even the ham pureed up inside of that soup. But as much as I love that soup, I really love that soup. It's not something I'm going to be partaking in, very often at all with that calorie count. 700 calories for a cup of soup, pureed soup. Crazy. Anyway, so everything that I've been able to eat up to date, right, which is very soft foods, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, that kind of stuff. I can keep eating that. Bone broth, the chicken with the refried beans mixed up, that with the taco seasoning. I've literally lived on that, I think, for the better part of 2 months. I can keep eating all of that. But then we move forward and we can do some more stuff now. Yeah. So it says to continue to follow the helpful tips from your previous diet stages, such as being mindful of your portions. Yeah. Most patients can tolerate only a max of 1.5 cups of food after weight loss surgery. 1.5 cups of food, which is a lot more. That's double than what I can tolerate for this kind of thing. So I can't imagine getting up to that stage. That'd make it pretty interesting. The max pouch size is usually reached at 6 to 12 months after surgery. So I got a ways to go. 1.5 cups of food may look like this: 4 to 6 ounces of lean protein, 1/2 cup of non-starchy vegetables, and 1/4 to 1/2 cup of fruit or starchy vegetables or grains. So one of my workarounds for this, because those of you that know me know that I'm not big on cooked vegetables. I don't enjoy them unless they are seriously disguised, like in soup or something. But I do love raw vegetables. So it's going to be a little while before I'm tackling a few of those. But I am going to start a journey of sprouting and figuring out how I can incorporate that. And the first ones I'm doing are broccoli sprouts. So I figure, because now that I can have that deli ham with the cream cheese, that once my sprouts have sprouted, I can add sprouts into that too. And that gives me the vegetable without taking up, a lot of the space. It gives me, I have heard that broccoli sprouts have, what was it? 50 times more nutritional value. I think it was 50 times. I could be wrong. More nutritional value than actual broccoli itself. So I will be able to get that nutritional value without taking up all the space, and it's real food, which is really what I want to work towards. I want to try to not have, a lot of fake food. I want it to be stuff that I can do sustainably, and I think broccoli sprouts are the key there. You will notice that you can tolerate larger portions of certain foods than others. For example, you might be able to eat a whole cup of salad, but only a couple bites of meat. Try to eat your protein first. They always say eat your protein first And then if you have room, work on your vegetables and then your starches. Chew all of your food thoroughly. Don't eat too fast. It should take you 20 to 30 minutes to eat a meal. Now, imagine this, okay? 20 to 30 minutes to eat a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of food. But it's true. It really does take you that long. Stop drinking liquids 5 to 15 minutes before you eat, but they definitely want you to drink, at least 15 minutes before you eat. I don't know if it just clears the way or what. I haven't heard a good explanation on that one. Don't drink while you're eating, and I've been very good about that. So I make sure to really blow on my food to make sure that it's cooled off, which is such a bummer. I'll never eat hot food again. But if you drink while you're eating, it forces the food in your stomach to go through your system faster, which does not allow you to absorb the nutrients. And nutritional absorption, is that the word? Is important. So they want you to wait 30 minutes after you've eaten it. And I've been pretty good about that. I thought it might be a problem. I'm like, when somebody tells you can't drink, at least me, I'm like, oh my God, that's the minute I'm thirsty, right? The minute I'm thirsty, because, well, they told me I can't drink. Yeah, I've been pretty good about it. Drink at least 48 to 64 ounces of fluid daily. You may notice that over time you can drink more at one time. This is normal. Still avoid gulping fluids and drinking too fast. Now, I am a gulper. I am a fast drinker. Perfect case in point, which is why I'm so glad the surgery was scheduled for when it was, is because this summer it was so hot that I would literally go through a 32-ounce bottle of water in 30 minutes. I was just so thirsty. It was so hot. So I have time to build up how much I can take in. Ice chips, I think, are going to be a big part of my future. And sugar-free popsicles really help too. I find at nighttime I'm better off having a sugar-free popsicle if I feel thirsty, because then it just seems to take care of it. So remember that calorie, protein, carbohydrate, and fat needs will vary from person to person. Focus on eating a balanced diet, introducing foods from all food groups. Note that the examples in the chart on the next page are just a small sample of foods in each group. And so they give you, I love that they give you examples, because I can kind of work with that. And after talking to the dietitian and knowing that my home canned meats are not dry, that I should be able to move faster into things that I like the beef. Now, when it's canned, I can. But going to a restaurant, ordering a steak, like this weekend, we've got friends coming up, and so I said, you know what, I'm not set up right now to cook dinner for 6 people at home. So, hey, we're going to take you guys out to dinner, and we're going to go to a restaurant where we consistently get good food, because God, that would make me so mad to go out and have food I don't like right now. But we're going to go there. And I looked at Phil and I said, I need you to do me a favor. Would you mind not having a steak when we go this time? Because this is normally where we go to have our anniversary dinner, that kind of stuff, because they make a really good Delmonico steak. And I said, they have a chicken dish that's really good. It's juicy, it's moist, but it's cooked, And I said, I would really like to eat that, but I'm only going to be able to eat that much of it, So would you mind splitting a dinner with me? And he's like, no, that's fine. That's good. He goes, I kind of figured we'd do that. He goes, and I like the chicken. Okay, good. We're going to do that. And he goes, you can have the soup. I can have the soup. Yes, I can have a little bit of the soup. I can have, I can have the chicken. I can see what they've got for a vegetable. We'll see about that. But we're going out to dinner 4 weeks post-op. Wow. But I can have a serving size is 1 ounce and has 7 grams of protein, unless it's otherwise noted, right? So chicken or turkey, tuna, shellfish, oysters, clams, eggs, soy milk, pork or beef tenderloin, lean ham, salmon, or a vegetarian meat substitute. Don't have to worry about that one. So I'm kind of excited about that. I have run into a few problems. I don't know if you guys saw my short. I made an egg and I was busy on the phone and wasn't paying attention to how I was eating it, and I ate it too fast, and it sat really hard. So what I have discovered, I compared it to swallowing a 2x4. I mean, not good. I was not sick or anything. It was just not comfortable and not right. Do you know what I mean? But I have discovered through trial and error that if I scramble an egg, one egg, if I scramble an egg with 1 ounce of shredded cheddar in it, and don't overcook it in my mind, okay, if I don't really, it's not undercooked, it's cooked, it's just got like no brown pieces on it at all, then I can intake that egg with no problems. And if I put it, what did I try doing? If I make an egg salad, I take 1 hard-boiled egg and about a tablespoon of fat-free light mayonnaise and do that all together, I'm good. There's absolutely no problem. If I try to baste an egg, steam an egg, what did I did something else with it. It is more rubbery, and whoa, that causes a problem. Yeah. So I think these are just things that I'm going to learn as I go through. And so I still get to eat my eggs, which is good because my chickens finally started laying, right? But it's all good. I'm very excited. And I have Phil really loves scallops, like a lot. And I like them, not as much as he does. But I discovered I have some in the freezer. And so I'm thinking in a week or so, I'm going to saute up some scallops, and he's going to have scallop linguine, and I'm going to have scallops. And, I can still eat those things, just not as much as I used to. I mean, I used to eat a lot of scallops. So you have six to 7 servings a day if the protein, figuring that a serving is 1 ounce. So that's only 6 to 7 ounces of protein a day that you're intaking from meat and protein. Then dairy, they're saying 2 to 3 servings, which is a cup of low-fat or fat-free milk, a half a cup of fat-free evaporated milk, 6 ounces of low-fat or fat-free yogurt, 1 ounce of low-fat cheese, a quarter cup of low-fat cottage cheese, a quarter cup of low-fat ricotta cheese. So you can have 2 to 3 servings, a day, 2 to 3 servings of fruit. I have started, oh boy, I think it was last week or so. I can't remember exactly when the date kicked in, but I take a third to a half of a banana, depending on its size, and I put it in my NutriBlender with my protein shake. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I'm digging that. I can have like an apple, a half a banana, 15 grapes, a peach, 3/4 of a cup of berries, half a cup of canned fruit in juice or no sugar added. Make sure to drain it. Or a quarter cup of dried fruit. Oh, I love it. Now, some of you might know, if you're interested, let me know. But I sell freeze-dried food. I'm very much into the preparedness lifestyle and having what I want on hand and need on hand for the future. So what I have started doing is taking some of, like, say, the raspberries and crumbling them up into a powder and then putting that in my yogurt. So I've got that flavor. I've got that additional flavor and vitamins, and I'm all good. Vegetables, 2 to 3 servings, which is a half a cup cooked or 1 cup raw. And I'm having trouble wrapping my brain about eating some of these raw, but asparagus, beets, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, cucumber, green beans, green peppers. I'm so looking forward to eating some peppers. Lettuce, mushrooms, onions, spinach, tomato, winter squash, zucchini. So I can have a half a cup of it if it's cooked. But I'm thinking about it, and I made a brown sugar cinnamon butternut squash, and Phil loved it. And I took 1 little cube of it and ate it. And I'm like, oh gosh, that's so good. But I could not imagine for the life of me eating a half a cup of it because I'd have no room for the protein. So I got to figure a balance there, at least at this point. Whole grains. I can start whole grains, 2 to 5 servings a day. A third of a cup of brown rice, a half a cup of cooked cereal, like say oatmeal. 1 slice of whole grain bread, 2 rice cakes. No. 1 6-inch corn tortilla. No. 6 whole grain crackers, half a cup of high fiber dry cereal, or 1 cup of whole grain dry cereal. No. But I think at some point in the next week, I have to look. I've got those Mission Carb tortilla shells, so I'm going to see what size they are, number one. I could probably do half, right? and I'm going to see how that works, because how the dietitian explained it to me is that, like, why I could have the rye chips starting, a week or two ago, is because you chew those and they crumble apart. They disintegrate. Or Melba toast, it's same thing, just disintegrates, right? But if you're eating bread or, tortilla or something like that, it doesn't crumble. It tends to clump up, which makes it kind of difficult on your new stomach. So I'm being cautious. I'm cautiously wading into that. Healthy fats, which is olive oil, avocado, they say margarine. There's nothing healthy about margarine. There's nothing healthy about margarine. Or 1 to 2 tablespoons of dressing, 2 tablespoons if reduced fat. So, I will add a little bit of butter if wanted, but you'll never see me adding margarine to anything intentionally. So, commonly poorly tolerated foods are spicy foods, acidic foods, rice, pasta, bread, and other sticky or doughy foods. Stringy and fibrous foods such as coconut, popcorn, corn, whole beans, or seeds. Ooh, I wonder how that's going to go with sprouting. We will find out, won't we? No carbonated beverages still. I'm very proud of myself here, folks. I have been over 2 months soda-free. This is the first time in my life that I have been soda-free, and I have been trying to quit pop for decades. So I'm very happy about that. Dried fruits and seeds, skins of fruit, dry meats like chicken or fish. So if you're cooking it, it can't be shoe leather, Sugary foods, including fruit juices, cookies, candies. Why would you have the surgery and go eat those? Caffeine and alcohol. I'm not doing alcohol. And caffeine, I am nursing the heck out of this cup of coffee. I'm going to have to actually heat it up again. Some weight loss surgery patients will be able to add foods and drinks from this list back into their diet gradually, while others may have to avoid them forever. So we'll see how the coffee sits with me today. I really love the coffee. So I hope that they don't make me give up my coffee, but these are all the things that I can now eat. I'm super excited. The next stage, where is that? The next stage, because they go through all the different things that you can run up against, and lactose intolerance, gas, discomfort while drinking liquids, constipation is a big topic, diarrhea, dumping syndrome, which is if I were to eat something sugary or something like that, I could have dumping syndrome, regurgitation, that kind of stuff, which I had a pretty bad episode of acid reflux last night. So they go through all of that. They talk about anxiety, depression, all that kind of stuff, hair loss. But I think pretty much, let me back up a page here because I know I had 2 more stages. I am where I'm at. Oh, it says wait until 8 weeks after surgery to add soft bread, pasta, and soft tortillas. So I have to wait until November 16th for that. And then wait 12 weeks after surgery for fruits and vegetables with skins or seeds and dried fruit. And then wait 6 months after surgery for nuts, corn, popcorn, rice, and red meat. But that's going to be based on, some people can tolerate it at the stage that I'm at now, where depending on how it's cooked, I can tolerate it now, based on yesterday. I'm very excited about that. So I am doing my due. I spent some money. I know, shock, but I spent some money. I got myself a kettlebell and I got myself some hand weights. So I've got 2 5-pound, 2 3-pound, and 2 2-pound, I think, weights. Anyway, because I want to get rid of that. Okay. And I've got my Supernatural subscription. So I was planning on starting that up a few days ago, but I didn't. Kept forgetting to get it plugged in. So I finally got it plugged in and charged. And now my sister messaged me and told me that, hey, I got the Quest, and so now what do I do? And so I'm like, now you got to get Supernatural, and then we'll hook up on there. Now, my sister is one of those people that's always been skinny, like from birth, whereas I got the weight, the height, all of that stuff. But she's interested in doing that with me, so it'll be a lot of fun. And I really enjoy it. I told Phil that I'm going to do a little rearranging here, so to make sure that I've got the room, and hey, are you sure you can't hear what's going on? Because I don't want to wake him up in the morning, but that's the best time for me to get the workout is in the morning. I am doing my due. So starting today, I was going to do it previously, but starting today, I am working out And I'm going to have a lot of fun. I am hoping to bring you along here shortly. I have not menu planned because it seems like no matter what I make, I end up eating it for 3 to 5 days, you know. But I will end up showing you guys a menu plan. I'm getting my stuff in a group here, and I'll make it happen. Slowly but surely, the stamina is building back up. I'm happy. I'm feeling good. I wake up at the craziest hours now, which kind of gets me. I mean, I used to do this when I was stressed a lot, but I'm not stressed. I am not stressed. Even my watch says I'm not stressed, okay? I have like no stress right now. So, for some reason I'm waking up at between 3:30 and 5:30. And it's 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, you know. I'm up at the witching hour trying to figure out what I'm going to do now until Phil wakes up, because I normally wake up a few hours before Phil, but 5 hours before Phil makes it for kind of a long, unproductive morning. And then by the time I'd say 5 o'clock hits, and I am mentally and physically worn out, just plain worn out, even if I take a nap. I have found after the egg episodes, there were 2 of them, that I need to go lay down, and I lay down for about an hour and I fall instantly asleep, you know, but I'm still kind of wiped out after the fact. So I'm working through all of that. I'm not really somebody who wants to take a lot of naps. I have my garlic to plant. That's going out this Sunday because it's been cold and rainy and nasty, and it's gray and rainy and nasty out again today. So Sunday, though, we're supposed to see probably the last of our warm temperatures. It's supposed to get to be 67, so I'm going to go plant all my garlic. And I feel like for the first time, I can physically handle that. I can do that, you know. I do have a doctor's appointment, just a checkup doctor's appointment next week, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. But the one thing that I am getting is that sometimes I feel dizzy. Like when I go to stand up and walk across the room, I have to stop for a minute, hold on to a wall or, you know, something, because I feel kind of dizzy, and I'm not sure what's causing that. So I need to talk to her about that. I am working hard to get my water in, but I have to be careful of the flavors that I put in there. I really like Crystal Light Pink Lemonade. It's not a Kool-Aid-ish flavor, but like the Crush and those kind of things are. But I find that if I have more than one bottle with that in there, that I'm very acidic, and that's not a good feeling at all. But yeah, I think I'm doing okay. So if you guys have any questions, toss it down in the comment section below. Did I mention I'm down 24.4 pounds as of this morning? This morning is the first morning that I took my measurements, and so next week when I check in, I will have new measurements. I'll let you know how that went. I'll let you know how the weight went, and I can say that for the first time in quite some time, I'm in the 250s. I'm in the 250s, which is very cool. So I'm happy. I'm happy. Definitely let me know any of your questions, any of your comments, any of your suggestions. I greatly appreciate it. For those of you that have gone through this, I'm looking for menu ideas that I can maybe switch up a little bit, you know, anything that you can think of. I'm starting to look at some keto recipes again, but honestly, they're heavy into the fat and the dairy, and that's not necessarily the route that I want to go. And do any of you bariatric patients sprout? Let me know in the comment section down below. Until next week, everybody, have a great week. Drink your water. Move your butt. You got this.